Prince Harry should abandon using the internet for a while, according to Dom Joly, who feels his public allegations against the royal family may have gone too far. The 55-year-old insisted he was largely supportive of Harry and wife Meghan Markle, but wanted to hear no more after his lurid comments from his explosive new memoir Spare. "I think maybe it's time that Harry stepped away a little bit and stopped doing anything on the internet at all, and just shut up a bit and got on with his life and enjoying his money," he exclaimed. The comedian admitted, "I tend to be more on the side of Team Meghan and Harry than Piers Morgan, but that didn't stop him criticizing Harry's tendency to spill on his personal life." Meanwhile, Piers came under fire for his verbal diarrhea and alleged desire to attack powerful women. "I sort of know him and I think he's incredibly smart, but I just don't understand what his deal is with a certain type of woman," the puzzled comic continued. "He does seem obsessed with Meghan and actually Madonna. Madonna is the one who has been cracking on about the last week. It's just a bit nasty sometimes." Piers was condemned by the Material Girls fans for his misogynistic and bitter attitude after he slammed her decision to go on a world tour celebrating 4 decades since the release of her first self-titled album. Instead of praising her longevity in the music world, he told his Twitter followers that she should give up trying to be a sex kitten in her 60s. He also described her as a hot mess who should keep her clothes on, following a series of increasingly sexualized images she has posted on Instagram. "I think everyone could do with a weekend without their mobile phones and do something else and switch off, but I think Piers Morgan in particular could," Dom continued. "I don't know if he could cope with it, though. I think if he spent too long off the phone, he'd have to stare into the dark abyss of his soul." He added that Jeremy Clarkson is another of those who he feels should take time out from the internet, although he would only sentence him to a mere couple of weeks without his connectivity. Meanwhile, he counterbalanced his comments by insisting that in his case, he's supportive of his right to free speech, even when it may veer into the realm of the offensive for some. Referring to rumors that Jeremy's shows, including Clarkson's Farm, will be cancelled over his comments, Dom retorted, "I think that's ridiculous. I'm all for free speech. I think what he said about Meghan was pretty disgusting, but it kind of was clearly a jokey stupid reference to Game of Thrones." He argued that he felt Jeremy's comments tended to prove the point Meghan was making about how the press was against them, but that he shouldn't lose his job. Meanwhile, Dom also shared his terrifying travel experiences with Express.co.uk, as he prepared for the release of his latest book about conspiracy theorists around the world. He told of travels to the Congo years ago when he was threatened by a machete-wielding villager who suddenly turned violent after agreeing to take him to a local lake. Dom was forced to flee at dawn in a canoe to avoid further confrontation, after the angry village elder had to be restrained and tied to a tree. This was just one of many shocking encounters he has endured over his career as a travel writer, during which time he visited more than 100 countries. And even braved the Chernobyl exclusion zone. His forthcoming book, which sees him meet anti-vaxxers and other conspiracy theorists from around the world, is due out in November 2023, and it will be accompanied by a tour, Wake Up, Sheeples. Express.co.uk have contacted representatives for Prince Harry, Piers Morgan, and Jeremy Clarkson,